best in the world ornament now.
Once again, all need one
now.
Haleys.
He's sticking quite religiously to this layout, isn't he? Right, let's have a look here. 4 planets, none of which orbiting one another, so it's going to be very long orbital transitions, because moving between these orbital vectors here, you have to go around the sun, as opposed to just transiting through your orbits.
Yep. However, still a pretty big main planet for a 1v1. Here they are, they're in now.
Oh,
Matiz,
I think.
Matiz in pink on the south, and Brad is
on Satas. Brad is on Satas, the metal planet. Which planet is Matiz on?
He's on the big one. Oh, Brad can rush a Haley.
Brad has gone for multi-planet spawns with this system, ladies and gentlemen. So, we are going to have a very, very slow start for this commentating session, I'm afraid, because the two players are not actually going to be making contact with each other for the first 5-10 minutes of this game. So we can just sit here and mock Brad amongst ourselves for a few minutes while we wait for the game to warm up, I think.
Brad is so Brad, he could lift weights in his sleep. Oh. Although that's not really mocking anyway, is it really?
No.
Oh.
So Matiz has picked the metal planet?
No, Matiz has picked Camasian Prime.
Ah, yes.
Brad has picked Seta. So Matiz going for vehicle first, popping on my caps lock, not queued up a second factory yet. Brad, however, P-Gen.
He likes his power, what can I say? He's a powerful man.
Oh god, here come the puns.
He's a turbo buzz.
Look at that build queue on Brad's planet. He knows he's got this all to himself.
I think this is an exploit of, I know this is multiple spawns, you don't.
Matiz, of course, does not know how... in fact, no, that's a lie, because Matiz would have had several different spawn options on several different planets to choose from. If he checked, he may not have done. But Matiz, don't forget, is very unfamiliar with the orbital game, so Matiz could well be blissfully unaware that he has got this planet all to himself at this point. So he could actually waste a lot of time building some and scouting and doing all sorts on this planet and questioning where Brad is.
Although I think after seeing last game Brad rush orbital, I think Matiz might sort of, even if he doesn't find Brad, still rush orbital to an extent given the number of planets out there. Or at least a deep space radar.
You have to wonder what they talk about in that channel amongst themselves. I mean, it could be completely silent for all we know, but Brad could be doing all sorts in that channel there.
Brad is going orbital already?
Yeah.
Why?
As expected.
Why?
Well, we know why. We know exactly why.
Because he's Brad.
Well, yeah, because he's Brad, but...
In fact, actually, he doesn't actually need to build orbital this early on. What he could do is rush T2 and then head straight for his Haley.
He's rushing a teleporter instead. However, he, I don't think, knows... He hasn't scouted, of course, so he doesn't actually know that Matiz is not on this planet.
I think he's made the assumption... I'm just looking at the build queue with these metal extractors queued up around the entire planet. I think he's made the assumption that Matiz is going to have gone for a different planet.
Do we know if the bug is still in where if you metal extract up all of the planet's stuff, it doesn't actually queue up on the ones that have already been built on?
That is no longer in the game, I believe, so Brad will not know necessarily. And even if it was still in the game, I'm not sure that Brad is particularly aware of that exploit. The nicest possible of ways.
Does the build order of Matiz show that he doesn't know about the planetary spawn because he's just built a scout?
Yeah, no, Matiz has
Better
not
safe than sorry.
I think Matiz has probably worked in terms of, even if it is multi-planet spawn, this is the largest planet with the most metal on it. So he's probably made the assumption that Brad will have, if he's going to have chosen any planet at all, have chosen this one. Matiz, as we've found, is very unfamiliar with orbital play, which is Brad's one and only saving grace here. Brad is currently 2 games down, and he only needs to lose 1 more game, and he is out of this series. Whereas if he's able to win this one, he may just about be able to carry this through 3-2. Who knows? It's anyone's game.
I mean, even if he does lose this one, we can still go on and keep him around if he wants and do some Brad versus the world sort of free-for-alls for the public.
We could potentially do that. We'd have to ask and see what's occurring on that front.
Yes, indeed.
Brad is stalling on power again.
Brad doesn't need power. He has his biceps.
Well, Brad's got all the power a human could possibly need. Unfortunately, in this particular game, he is not a human. He is actually a robot, indeed a large robot army.
He's called Mega Brad.
Mecha Brad. Or Mega Mecha Brad.
Right, Matiz has now, looking at this, Matiz has queued up mechs on
Orbital.
this entire planet again.
And an orbital factory in his base, orbital
Right,
launcher.
he knows he's alone on this planet. He's managed to ascertain that he's alone on this planet.
Brad getting up a deep space radar on his, so as long as he keeps monitoring all the other planets, how he's going to do that, I don't know. But if he does, he'll know that Matiz eventually will get into orbital. It looks as though Matiz, though, is going to be delayed in getting to that orbital launcher because of the reclaim on all of those trees around it. Potentially a little Uber cannon pop here and there to start some forest fires might have helped in that regard.
The Twitch chat has expressed an interest in any post-series games with Brad if he's up for them, so maybe we'll see if we can get some of those arranged in the background while this is going on. That could be quite fun. Right, now Matiz knows he has to plan to himself. Look at those little fabricators go. He's just queued up a load of fabricators and sent them to the four corners of the planet to build those metal extractors.
The little fabbers that could. Meanwhile, Brad is off with his Astraeus. What's in it? I'm not sure if it's his commander. No, it's not. It's just a fabber. Or it might be an empty Astraeus. I'm not sure whether it was a misclick or not. I didn't actually check it. Let's have a look in Chronocam. It's what this thing is for. So back with the Astraeus on the planet. What does it lift up?
It looks to me like it must have been a bot fabricator because there's no icon underneath.
It was a bot fab.
There we go. And he's now heading to Kronos, which is the small moon here. Any of these planets, don't forget, any one of these planets in the system are smashable into Comasian Prime, because Comasian Prime is the largest planet in the system. You can smash any small planet into a larger one at the moment.
Yes, yes. And a second Astraeus has picked up a fabber from Brad on the metal, so that's going to go to a
Here
different
comes Tech
one.
2.
On the main or on Brad?
On Cetas.
Oh.
Brad. He's got a lot of build powers on that too, and he's still positive.
Brad is going to be trying to annihilate Team Pink with a planet smash. T2 also going up from... yeah, sorry, you go ahead.
He's not launched anything yet. Matiz now also has orbital up. I saw the green circle coming out of Matiz's planet and thought that was one of his, but no, it's not. It's actually one of Brad's Astraeus heading towards Matiz's home planet. So Brad will now know which of these four planets Matiz has spawned on.
And Matiz has also got a T2 vehicle factory started as well. So he'll be getting out those. And Matiz there with an Astraeus and a Fabber is off and away towards... Where is that towards? I think it's towards Cetas. No, it's not towards Cetas. It's towards Kronos.
Oh, something is going to Cetas now, though.
No, that's something leaving Cetas. Matiz is also queued up to go to Douglas, the little distant moon. The planet that is farthest from.
And this is, I think, where we're going to be spending perhaps a fair amount of time in this game in the orbital view, seeing all these... Oh, God, this is quite tricky to actually get a decent view of it, because you can't actually focus on the sun. So you're always viewing the entire solar system at a slightly skewed angle.
I've got a picture-in-picture of the whole solar system now, so it's quite easy to do
Yeah,
that
unfortunately,
way.
I'm not... I'll try picture-in-picture again, but last time I tried it, I got some lovely flickering icon bugs, which was fun. Let's have a go.
Oh no, you can focus on the sun, because you click on the best in the world bit on the drop-down, and then picture-in-picture it.
View. There we go.
There you are.
You genius.
Yeah.
I am a smart man.
Who is a smart
exactly
man?
what I am. I'm very intelligent.
Oh, okay. I thought it was me who gave you the idea to click on that button.
I don't know where you got that impression from, Marshall. No, I've got no recollection of that whatsoever, I'm afraid.
Anyway, meanwhile, Matiz is heavy in the orbital looking at that. He's got some Avengers and Astray going every which way. Brad's T2 factory is up. T2 power going up as well, so he's going to get out of the red there once that is up. And start the Haley, I shouldn't wonder, rather.
Looking at the economy tab, Matiz has got available to him about twice the build power of Brad. So if Matiz wants to rush for Halley's as well, then he is going to have a significant upper hand over Brad. He's got lots of orbital factories queued up, some anchors queued up here as well to defend his main base from any potential incursions. He's got the build power to support a vastly superior orbital game here compared to Brad. So if we're going down to economies, because don't forget, in the orbital play, a lot of it comes down to sheer numbers where it is currently in the balance phases. So sheer numbers being important means you've got to have the economy there to support building such a large army in the first place.
So Matiz has just arrived with an Avenger on Douglas to take out Brad's radar and is actually landing down his Faber there as well now. So that's going to start. Over on Kronos, I believe this one is. Matiz is just landing his Faber down now, getting up probably a little basic queue there, probably a factory out first. Watching that, but now Brad is there as well, with only a single Faber.
Brad has just streamed through a load of fabricators through that teleporter on Kronos.
There's a Cetas, the pink stress is right above Brad's base.
And has he got vision on that?
Oh.
He has vision on Brad's T2. Does Brad have vision of the fact there's the strays there?
He has a deep space orbital radar and he's green in energy. He knows
that it's there.
He's not building Avengers though.
Has he looked? That's the thing, it's there, available to him, the information is there, but that's not to say that he's necessarily taken it in.
Right, his Fabers are moving away. Are they going to work on a Haley? That is the question. Nope, more power. Come on, Brad. Get some Haleys going. Before Matiz does. Although, of course, Matiz can't really Haley that metal planet, I don't think. Actually, no, it looks like he will be able to with Douglas over here. I think that is going to be a possibility to send Douglas into Cetas.
Brad has a teleporter on Comisium Prime, and he's building an orbital factory.
Oh, that is delightful.
I wonder if Brad has pulled Matiz into a false sense of security.
Matiz actually has got vision.
There's the Haley! Haley going up on... Which one is that? That is... Kronos, yep. Because the problem is using the camera anchors, it doesn't actually change between the planet names when you switch between the anchors. It still assumes you're on the other one. But the Haley's up already with a good portion of its completion, actually. Yeah, and Brad's still in green in power.
Matiz is still very confused in the chat there. He thought anchors were still able to move. He's not been keeping up with the changes in the orbital play. Anchors are now completely stationary structures in space.
They can shoot either anti-space, anti-orbital, and a little pew-pew at the floor beneath them as well.
But to enable that, they've had to sacrifice their ability to move. Brad is very much ahead in this Haley race here.
There's a Haley race? Where's the second one?
Exactly, there isn't one. That's why he's ahead.
However, on that planet, Matiz has got a vehicle factory just about halfway completed. If Matiz actually knows about...
Douglas.
Yep.
Oh, that's got so much more build power.
That is going to... look how fast that's going up. That's going to be up. Wow. That's going to be up within the minute.
If Matiz finds out where Brad's commander is...
Now it's a race, and it's one that Matiz is going to easily win. Look at the build power available. Brad there has got 465 available. Matiz has got 800 available.
And he's not stalling.
He's not
Brad
stalling.
Needs to calm down.
That Haley is about 40% completed now.
It does kind of depend on whether Brad is keeping up with this and has an Astreus handy for his commander. Because if Matiz sends that planet over to Brad, then there's not really going to be anywhere for Matiz to hide. And Brad's...
That's a good point. If Brad's able to survive this, so that said, he has all of his economy on Cetas, which I presume will be the target of this moon. So
I'm just looking at the timings between Douglas and Kronos. While Douglas is now halfway through the yellow wipe, it is actually about 75%, 80% complete on that Haley. We're going to see a planet smash in the next minute or so, folks. Brad, however, that's the question. Brad also completes beginning the yellow wipe now, about halfway on that Haley. However, slow and steady does tend to win the race. Do not forget the teleporter going up on the planet with Brad's Haley as well. Does Matiz have vanguards ready again to snipe them out? Yes, he does. And the teleporter, I hope, doesn't link to Kronos, because if it does, that's where they're going to be going. And it's going to be another anti-Haley vanguard.
Oh, he's back in positive.
It's alive. It's alive.
It's alive. Oh, something just smashed. Brad has... Oh.
GG'd. That was very quick.
Oh, that was a planet smash we completely missed.
Let me see that again. I completely missed that. I saw the Haley go off and then it was...
Even in
That was
orbital
it.
view, there was nothing there. Oh wow! That was just insta smash. It's like, you know what? Click, boom.
They were so close to each other. That's right. When he activated, they were right next to one another.
Oh, glorious. Utterly glorious. Unfortunately, Brad didn't manage to get his Haley off, nor his command. Well, he didn't have a chance to get his commander off, but Matiz had actually landed and built a radar there, so he knew that was the likely location for Brad. But oh dear, that was very
Look at that!
unfortunate.
Just knocked it straight out of orbit.
As a matter of fact, on Kronos, Brad's Haley was about 75% complete, so it wouldn't have been too long for that to get in.
Oh dear. PA Stats has called that a draw.
Oh no! Actually, yes,
Because-
Matiz is dead.
Matiz had his commander on the planet that he just smashed.
It was a draw.
Oh
Matiz,
wow!
you wally.
Let's drag him in.
He thought he'd have. I know what he's done. Matiz thought he would have time to get his commander off that planet before it hit, didn't you, Matiz? That was instantaneous. I was just. I had a P&P up in your Halley, and as soon as it activated, and there was just a huge boom in my headphones, and I thought that was a very quick planet smash. Looking at how close those two planets were when you activated that, you had no time to evacuate the planet.
Hold on. No, Matiz's commander wasn't on there. What? Oh, it was! It was in... Oh, wow, it just came through the teleporter.
I wanted to...
You know, Matiz, I have some bad news
Oh,
for you.
wow.
That, according to PA Stats, that match was a draw.
I'm just...
That means that actually we have got to play that again.
Means
I'm just...
you lost, is what that means.
Oh.
And I will now take my throne. I appreciate it, guys. King of the Planet was great.
Yeah.
I had a good time. I'll see you next month, whenever the next challenger comes up. If he wants the front.
I'm just looking back in chronocam at your commander, Matiz, strolling through that teleporter. The instant he disappears, the teleporter uncouples and everything starts exploding.
I really have no idea what happened. What I wanted to do is to set up a teleporter on the other moon that is not affected at all. So, but because I thought he might launch it on my huge planet, like the big one, and so I wanted to escape from this, but I didn't reconnect teleporter. My teleporter was still connected to the wrong planet, and then I moved my commander right into teleporter, and then suddenly the game is like draw, and and like huge explosions and stuff, and I had no idea what happened there.
Oh, it was really unfortunate because it was literally just like it was a millisecond. I'm not kidding.
That was. I can't believe you just lost. I can't. Well, Matiz, that is a draw. That is a draw. We've got to replay it.